Welcome everybody into the Always Off Brand on location studio here at the Sheraton, Boston. That's right. We're eTail Boston. We are recording here on a beautiful hallway. I tell you, hallways, they come and go, but this one will always be near and dear to my heart. And we are sitting here with, by the way, Summer Jubilee, Haley Brucker in the news. They're not here today. I'm the only guy, Scotty O, with you today on the Always Off Brand. But you know my road show. And today I have the pleasure of meeting this guy, Callum with SPUR. And you're dressed in what is it?
Praying mantis.
Praying mantis. Callum, say hello. Welcome to the program.
Hello, everyone. Scott, happy to be here. Super, super excited to be in, as you mentioned, beautiful hallway.
You know, there's hallways and then there's hallways.
There's always and there's hallways, and people don't understand that this is the ladder.
A costume. Can you explain yourself? Listener, you're in a praying mantis costume.
Bright green praying mantis costume.
Yeah.
He's saying costume. I'm saying business casual. This is my work suit. This is what I'm wearing.
That's okay.
To a meeting. It's like at the end of the day what you're trying to do.
Oh, that was the cash register. I meant to give you a bell.
A bell. I'll take a bell. I'll take a cash register. Both work.
Okay, so but explain yourself, young.
So for context, I got to start with what SPUR is. I promise I don't actually wear this to work, except on Fridays and Thursdays and Wednesdays. But Monday,
Other
Tuesday.
Than that, Monday, Tuesday, really, that's your lockdown.
That's my lockdown day, so that's pajamas.
Yeah.
No, so SPUR is agentic QA testing. So quality assurance, we catch bugs. And I'm a bug because people see bugs everywhere on their websites, for example, but I'm a bug in person in front of them at the conference.
Oh, I get it.
Right. So the marketing budget for the year has gone to the $30 praying mantis costume.
You are in line with Always Off Brand. That's pretty much right where our budget sits.
Yeah, exactly. We're having a good time. So that's kind of what we're doing. If you see a bumblebee floating around the conference floor, that's my coworker, Kevin. So like I said,
I don't get
I can bring Kevin over if you want to do
dynamic duo.
I mean, you know what? Actually, dynamic duo. It's going to look like a forest out here. You're going to have a bee. You're going to have a praying mantis. The next thing you know, people are going to be like, bringing plants over, all the things.
Well, they're bringing. Yeah, they'll probably shoo you away.
Say like, I'm glad people are keeping a good.
You catch. See, I have a whole thing before AI and the whole machine learning and. I get angry because there's bad bots. I have a whole thing. There's good bots and bad bots.
Right.
And I just don't think AI is smarter and it can do all this stuff, but I still think we have bad bots.
You still think we have bad bugs? I completely agree.
Are we wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right.
And that's what SPUR does? Mm-hmm. Okay, how?
How do we catch the bugs?
How do you just walk me through this?
Okay,
you're here to meet with retailers, brands.
Right.
Who else?
Everyone and everyone.
Anybody.
No, specifically retailers and brands. That's kind of who we work with. How we actually catch bugs. If I said agentic AI, would you be familiar with what like an AI agent is?
Of course.
Okay,
you want to talk horizontal, vertical? Let's go,
there we go.
Callum.
Everything.
What do you think? I just showed up
exactly.
here?
No, you're like, you've done research, I'm sure. Bugs. We also kind of integrate into your code base.
Like extensions, or what are we talking about? You're a very quick talker.
I know. I really do need to slow down.
No, you don't. You got you got to just turn you down a little bit. You're fine.
You know what else is quick?
What?
SPUR. No, I'm just. Like the way we actually catch the bugs is AI agents that look at your website visually.
7,000-page novel is what they really love. So you're talking about the AI agentic. So we're talking horizontal agents. Are we talking Claudia and Jemmy and all the gang?
Yeah, so horizontal agents. So we actually, when you say horizontal agents, you mean like what do we specifically integrate onto?
No, I'm saying, so to me, there's horizontal agents. So there's the LLMs basically, right? And they're my people, and I go, I am looking for XYZ, and they go out into the world and they find it. That's a horizontal. Vertical is like the best examples. Amazon's got the Alexa for shopping, Sparky for Walmart. Some retailers are trying to stand up their own vertical agent so that I go there and I've got an LLM experience, so to speak.
That makes sense. Yeah. So we're more.
You hear me? You feel me?
Horizontal agent. So for example, if you're trying to test your website, and you want to do a specific checkout flow, you would simply speak to the agent, tell the agent the checkout flow that you want to run through, and it would autonomously do that, as opposed to actually being like vertically integrated.
Okay.
But if you're a brand with like 5,000 SKUs, for example, you're changing constantly for Black Friday, for example.
Yes.
You have to actually test that entire website, right? So being able to use an AI browser agent that automatically does all of that for you, as opposed to it being manual, that's kind of how it's done, using intent-based testing, plain English. intent-based testing. So you don't actually have to script exactly what you want to find in terms of bugs. The agent is intelligent enough and knows your brand.
So you can have a conversational prompt.
Right.
Okay.
But there we go. But it all comes back to bugs. We're catching bugs. So that's why we're
okay. So what did we do before the bugs? I mean, the bugs are always been there. What did we do before SPUR?
Right. Before there was manual testing, so you could manually click through the buttons of the website. Test.
That's like when? How long ago was that?
People are currently doing it. That's not a joke. Yeah.
Still, big brands are doing it.
I can't name the brands that are doing manual.
No, but
that's
show me the. That's terrible. Yeah, that was the wrong bit though.
Okay.
This is the one That's the one I wanted. There we go. Yeah.
And then
it's sad.
It's not sad. It's just what they've been using, and no one decided to change it until now, which is cool. It's nice to see, as you mentioned, people changing the technology. So it's no different than you adding clipping, because you're like, this is just where the puck is headed. The video to the podcast.
YouTube, yes, we are available on YouTube at Always Off Brand, right? Because we're all becoming clips. Everything is going. I mean, I could see commerce just simply going to clips.
That's actually a good point. There probably is where it's headed, a TikTok style feed that you're just flipping through, and then you have an AI agent that checks out for you after you press a button. At the end of the day, they're trying to decrease friction as much as possible. From a commerce perspective, we help to ensure that it's as frictionless as possible, so there's no bugs.
Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, I get it. You're the bug guy. You're the Terminator.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, bug Terminator. I like that.
You go in, but how prevalent? I'm not familiar with the prevalency of this. I understand. There's a lot of testing that has to be done. This is the IT side. Mm-hmm. God, with Shopify and all the other automations, they've gotten pretty good at the checkout because we're constantly adding shit to the checkout, right? Right. So walk me through how this works if I'm XYZ retailer or whatever.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't have to directly integrate with Shopify. We do have a lot of partners.
No, I mean any ERP, general. Anybody. I'm using that example.
No, yeah, exactly. So we do work with Shopify, but also like Magento, Salesforce, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How it actually works is obviously the checkout's the most important thing, the most mission critical, where the transaction actually takes place. But the customer journey, they can be adding 3 different things to cart, removing them all, filtering, sorting by price, sorting by color, all sorts of different filters. For example, we don't just do filtering, but the customer journey that someone takes from click to checkout is different for almost every single persona.
Yeah.
You can get the majority of it done. There's a handful of edge cases where they'll go to add something or go to press a link. It just doesn't work. It kind of stops you in your tracks and makes you think is this company even taking quality seriously of my clothes, for example, or my food? We work with HelloFresh. It's a very important digital experience for someone to have the minute they're spending their hard-earned money with you.
Yes, it's real important. So I guess they're doing it manually, but I mean, your technology is really saving time and money and huge amounts of labor capital.
Right.
That seems pretty damn important.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because QA automation's actually been around for a while, for years and years and years. We're not the first QA automation platform.
Right.
There's open source models like Playwright, for example, that you can do some sort of test script automation. There's other, third-party vendors that can do some sort of automation, but actually getting to an automation level that SPUR does 95 to 100% automated is kind of unheard of when it comes to actual automation because of the new way we're testing with agentic AI as opposed to previous hard-coded models.
Okay, so I apologize. I'm gonna obvious. These are probably not that intelligent questions I'm putting out.
No, you're doing great. I'm having a good time.
So what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to think before Callum, before you, before SPUR, right. I would have my engineer team and my dev team, right, go through protocols and we'd create processes. And so when we would launch product detail pages, landing pages, whatever the have you, we would go through a very rigorous process because there's all payments. I mean, there's a lot of things connected to the checkout that go behind the scenes that are wrought with issues potentially.
Of course.
So you're simplifying in putting speed and accuracy to it. Am I right? Is that what we were doing? Or is that what a lot of people do today?
Yeah, I mean, previously a lot of brands that we've spoken to, all of their test cases on a spreadsheet that was built 6 years ago, and it breaks all the time. That's really frustrating.
Right. I mean, but this is back to the basics and fundamentals. You can AI your little brains out. I don't care where you're coming from, what you're doing, how you're doing it.
Which is fine. I mean, it's the way that people have always done something, and sometimes you don't understand that there is a potential better process until it's physically shown to you. So the great thing about working with brands is the minute they see this, it clicks in their head this is exactly what we've been working for. Like I said, they're intent-based, so you don't have to specifically hard code, click this exact button at this exact place looking for this exact color. It's very, very intelligent. It's intent-based. So we understand the agent's smart enough to understand what the test is scripting for, what you've written the test to do.
Okay, so it does make sense. And thank you for explaining this to me. It's late in the day.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's get down to the testing. Okay, let's get lower.
Let's get testing. Yeah.
Let's get low. Yeah. Let's get lower in
the lowest.
Let's get low. Okay. I'm testing a lot of stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I got to test if the billing address matches the credit card thing, if the shipping cross, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
If I put two things in the cart, did it double? Did it go down?
Mm-hmm.
Is a refund? Is there a rebate? You guys do all that stuff?
Every single thing, and it can all be actually written into one test. So if you say go through a checkout flow,
the
agent understands what does the checkout flow actually entail. So instead of saying you have to put in this specific address or this specific discount code, it understands like, okay, if you want to add the discount code, it understands, okay, well, first you have to add an address or a phone number or a valid email and that kind of stuff, as opposed to actually having to script different tests for testing different things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because before you would say, hey, I want to test field X. So my data flow between this field, that field, this field, and then it has an identifier that was probably in the system, and I want to go do this. Okay, I want 300 examples, test it, run it through the program.
Right.
Probably takes a day and a half, 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah. Very frustrating. And it definitely takes brands, when you're trying to move as quickly as possible, iterate as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
A lot of valuable time that no one really has, because you can't get time back.
So you're saving people money, time. What aren't you doing?
That's a good question. Well, we can't grant any wishes, and we currently don't have any flying cars. But other than that,
Okay, so I asked this same question. People are obnoxious, probably tired of hearing this. The faithful 48 out there.
It's all good.
So why aren't people doing this? Does it cost $1 billion? Am I giving you a massive percentage? I mean, is Callum going to be rich?
No.
Did you start this thing, or are you?
No,
what?
I joined the team this year. We have two co-founders who came out of Yale, and the impressive thing actually I like about that fact is this isn't just something they thought up in their college dorm room. I mean, it is, but it actually stemmed from an essay that they wrote.
Oh, really?
It was really interesting. So they wrote an essay which essentially stated they saw the way AI code was currently being generated and realized that as AI generates exponentially more code, the really, really, really big bottleneck for brands is quality assurance. Is that code actually functional? And I think people are seeing that right now is their engineering teams are moving faster than ever. What our co-founders realized is you have to have quality that actually keeps up with that. So the reason people aren't actually doing this is because you're already drowning in tests. As I mentioned, everyone's doing it manually. You can't even look up and realize that there's a better solution. It's hard to convince people when you're already worried that, hey, there's maybe an easier way to do this. It's like when someone's sprinting a marathon, it's difficult to tell them hey, you could just take a jet to get there quicker, by the way. But
I was talking this earlier. We get to talk to all these great technologies that are so cool and do all the things you guys are doing. But the problem is that whoever you're selling to, the decision maker, who I don't even know who it is, is it VP e-commerce? Is it COOs? Who's your decision maker?
That's a good question. We work with a handful of different people at different companies.
Yeah, it depends on the company. I mean, this is a random.
Yeah, no, obviously
all over the board.
It is e-commerce. Obviously, we're at eTail, so we speak to a lot of e-commerce companies, but we don't only stick to VP of e-commerce because we're working with apparel brands. Despite apparel brands being kind of who we've had a lot of success with, the people that we actually work with very closely are the senior QA engineering teams.
Yeah.
So the senior QA leaders and the engineering team leaders, CTOs, VP of digital design, digital engineering, platform engineering, that kind of thing is people who actually see the solution and realize, wait, this is what we've always been looking for. As opposed to,
I when I was driving to that, which I said before, and I struggle with this being 57, is you have a point of reference, right? So you a lot of senior leadership people, they have great depth and experience, but and these engineer teams, right? They have a point of reference.
Mm-hmm.
So they only know their point of reference is this is how we've done it, whatever. You walk in the room, I'm sure dressed is
right. Yeah,
as
this is normally how we do our on-sites.
Yeah, I'm sure your pitch meetings go great with this.
Yeah, definitely memorable.
And they're like, yeah, that sounds great, dude, but that's impossible. Yeah. Or I don't know what they say. They just go, this is how we're doing it, and I don't know what they do. It's a trust thing.
It's difficult to tell someone that they have a broken system, and I'm not saying anyone does or doesn't have a broken
do it
system.
Respectfully, and you're not trying to be a buzzkill. You're just
we're not even the people who say, hey, you have a broken system. Oftentimes they come to us and they're like, we have a problem and we don't know how to fix it, which is fine.
What is the most common bug that you guys
that we catch?
Yes.
Oh my I wish I could tell you one specific one.
Seriously, Callum?
Okay, honestly.
What do you use in your pitch deck? I mean, you guys have to go pitch somebody. Here's a use case. Here's a business case.
The most embarrassing one is the reviews of a page. Wrong product.
You guys can't that.
Show that, okay, do reviews show up? Check. But they don't actually look at the content of the reviews and ensure that's actually the correct reviews showing up on a page.
I don't understand the birth of what you test.
I mean, and that's the exciting thing is like there actually really is.
I thought you just said checkout.
Oh no, and
which
testing,
is critical.
An entire website, like end-to-end testing, the entire website. As you mentioned, speaking of clipping, like we give you a video about.
Okay. Oh damn! But you deserve another bell. I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
So fixing all this stuff deserves this sound effect.
There we go.
So what I'm imagining, Callum, is you're just like when I take my car in to get serviced. Okay, nowadays you used to just come in, the mechanic would come out, say, "Hey, you got this, you got."
Perspective of looking at like a fast-moving vehicle, a car, or a company, and they're trying to be a well-oiled machine. And sometimes it's like, hey, by the way, you've got a bit of a flat tire back there, which is oftentimes your QA process. And we're not going to be like, hey, you need to completely get a new car. It's just like, hey, we can just change the tire for you because you've been driving with a flat for the last 50, 60 miles.
I know, but to take this analogy farther, which I'm going to go to, most of these companies, they're reactive. They're not proactive, Colin. They're like, oh shit, we just had 300 customer tickets about some issue that on a website. Shit, can you call engineering, call so-and-so and fix it.
Right. The funny thing about,
I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're totally right. And the worst thing about someone getting 300 tickets is there's probably 3,000 people who actually encountered that bug, and only 300 of them actually wrote a ticket for it. And so, it's definitely, as you mentioned, proactive versus reactive. And a lot of the times, the companies that we found success with are the ones who are understanding that like adopting AI or moving to some sort of agentic platform is kind of the future and where the puck is headed. Okay, but hold on. Now you lost me on the agentic part. I know agentic. I know agentic shopping. I know agentic. I understand the agentic e-commerce, the agentic commerce. Yeah. But what do you mean the agent side? Because today in the United States of America, right now, I'm just saying, we don't have agents out buying shit for us. Not yet. You're right.
Not yet.
You're right.
I'm not saying they won't, and they will probably sooner than ever. So what do you lost me there with the agentic side when brands are saying the agentic side? Are you talking about traffic from LLMs? What are you talking about? Right.
So when I say shifting to agentic QA, it's more of like a larger brand adoption of AI. So it's not just understanding like, hey, we can use a chatbot to like write emails, which is really useful. Don't get me wrong, but it's understanding that an entire business can fundamentally be transformed by implementing not only AI from like a chatbot perspective, but AI agents in every single process that you have. Okay, now you got it. Because this is, I believe, I choose, and I've seen this in talking to a bunch of people through the show and everything else and through the work at Quickfire. Like there's some cool shit going on, internal process that we have been mucking around for catalog hygiene. There's a million systematic ERP systems that's where I'm excited. I mean, one of the places I'm excited, cleaning this crap up. Right. And you guys can do that as well, it sounds like. Keeping things clean. I think the funny thing about e-commerce brands that I've worked at and work with, you're looking at it like, how is anything functioning these days? Like everything's kind of
it's remarkable. It's remarkable.
And everyone's doing the best they can. And as I mentioned, like that's the hardest thing is speaking to these companies and being like, I know you're trying your best. And this is really hard, and we're just here to help. That's all we want to do is make people's lives easier. Don't have them staying up till 2 a.m. because they're nervous about a release because they have to test everything. Yes. Like if you can just fall asleep easier, that's kind of all we care about. Like that actually is what we've heard from brands we work with is you used to have to do all-nighters before releases.
Now, this thing, is it like a security system? Is it just on 24/7?
No, so that's a good question. You can run it on a schedule, but it's not like always like monitoring your site. You can run it weekly, bi-weekly before your releases. Like once you have it set up, you can run it on a specific schedule.
And can I parse out what I want to QA? Okay, I want to QA this. Okay, now I want to QA that. I want to QA reviews. I want to create whatever.
Yeah, you can segment it out that way. So you can be like, okay, we're actually only changing this part of the site. I don't want to run a test on everything.
Yeah,
we're just going to test this new feature, for example, or this new collection.
A lot of conglomerates now in a lot of different verticals, a lot of spaces, they have 17 brands that they got to check. And they have e-commerce for that, and they have this. Now, do you expand beyond their direct-to-consumer? Do you do B2B sites? Do you do marketplaces?
All of the above. As I mentioned, the breadth is incredible, and the greatest thing is probably like the last thing I'll leave you with is the cool thing about our agent.
Well, don't leave me yet.
Well, of course, we speak 40 different languages. Well, I don't, but the AI agent does.
So this is global.
Global. So obviously, you would have to test different e-commerce storefronts in Mexico versus Spain versus Korea, and with our agent, you can just write one test and test all of the storefronts.
God, plus you need currency problems. Well, this is better in Europe because of the euro, but you still have. I mean, people don't understand international e-commerce.
Translation, all the things.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. It's like I cannot believe when I sometimes see these companies. I'm like, how has this ever worked previously?
I know. I have many stories from great consumer brands that then people who work there and see behind the curtain. You're like, dude, it's a miracle that you walk in and you order this and it gets to you. It's insane that happens.
And that's why like the conference like this happens, because things can always be better.
Yeah. You were with e-commerce, were you with brands, retailers before?
I worked in college. I worked at an e-commerce company called The Feed, and it was really, really fun. I worked on the sponsorship and marketing team, working with athletes specifically, because as we met, a little run club this morning, I'm a big runner. So that's kind of how I got my...
Now, do you do what kind of running? What
long distance running. I'm a miler at heart. So
wait, you like an ultra guy, or what are we talking?
I did an ultra a few months ago, 50K, just with a buddy of mine. But
just off the couch for shits and giggles?
It actually was a Sunday morning before my finals week at college. So it actually it wasn't actually a race. It was just around.
Okay, so what events are you most
1500 or the mile is kind of my go-to.
Oh, that's your goal. Okay, yeah. So you're a fast guy.
Well, at some point in time.
Did the record for a mile just got broken again?
3:42. Josh Kerr.
Yeah. Unbelievable, huh?
He's unbelievable.
What's more miraculous is the Brits held for 20 some years.
Yeah, it was impressive.
That's insane.
I mean, to be fair, it's nice to have it back in the homeland. I'm half British, so when I saw that come through, I was like, it's nice to at least something came home this summer after the World Cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the World Cup. God. Okay, you ready to play our fantastic little survey question thought-provoking thing?
Yeah.
Brought to you by our friends with Talcoot.
Let's do it.
Do you understand what Talcoot is? Do you know Talcoot? You're about to hear.
I'm about to hear.
Talcoot. It's so funny about Talcoot. Talcoot, ladies and gentlemen, let me start the music because this is so fun. This really odd music. But we're going to use it because it just seems to work.
Let's do it.
Talcoot. Would you agree? You're doing all this QA. God, you're perfect for this. You're absolutely perfect for this, Tom. And everybody is SPUR. Copy is more important than ever. Would you agree? Storytelling, getting your brand essence on the page, is more important than ever. Okay? We're going to use, just like you guys, AI for good. Right? You're there to stop the bad guys.
The bugs.
Talcoot is a product content operations for the AI era. That's their stated. That sounds complicated. Let me just tell you what they do. For biggest brands in the world, okay? They are a product content machine. They can scale it, they can do it, but they can do it in a way that really is like tipping the funnel upside down because they're storytelling in the content. What they've done today for these episodes here at eTail Boston, we thank everybody at Cal2. So our friends at Talcoot gave us some fun questions. I would ask them, it's funny because of your current dress. If your brand voice sat down at this podcast as a person, what are they wearing and what are they drinking?
What are we wearing?
A praying mantis,
and probably a nice iced latte. We're all about speed, all about efficiency.
Oh my God. In your former life or whatever, have you ever written a description for a product you had never seen, touched, or received a spec sheet for? What did you do?
That's a good question. I haven't, but I could imagine that trying to do something like that when you don't actually understand what you're talking about is very, very difficult. It's kind of like you're flying blind, so definitely not fun to do.
Now, you shop, right? You buy things. Are you mostly an online person? Do you go both? Do you go sometimes in stores?
Okay. But primarily online.
So when it comes to you, Brian, product copy and everything else, is there one word that you would ban? Is there one word you just was so sick of?
AI word. Maybe like silently. I'm not a huge fan of silently or quietly, but that's not like...
It's like performance clothing. If you're a runner, okay, right. Is there something that sticks out to you that's just annoying, like industry standard or like handcrafted?
Handcrafted might be one of them.
What about technical terms that mean nothing to you?
Cloud. You know what? For running shoes, like cloud foam, I just like everything. If everything feels like a cloud, then nothing feels like a cloud. That might be the best.
I might give you. Shoes. That's actually good. Now, I mean, I am not wearing today, but I wear all the time what I lovingly call On, right. The brand On, which is On Cloud.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Are you wearing those right now?
I'm currently wearing Converse.
Ah, okay.
I have Asics at home though.
Okay, so
Nova Blast 5s.
Okay, there you go. See, runners are so. It's a personal situation with their shoes. Now, just we'll end on this. So, what's a product content? I asked that already. I'm trying to get through these. You went 33. Oh, this is a great one. You actually, at SPUR, you probably do know this. What reading grade level is your product copy written at?
Oh, that's a good question. In an ideal world, it's 4th to 6th grade level. Our product reading grade copy, is that the proper version?
Yeah.
Product reading grade copy, it's probably 8th to 9th grade, 10th grade maybe. It's relatively technical when we're speaking about our products. But in an ideal world, for our brand, it's a little bit more elementary, I should say. Younger. 4th or 5th grade is the ideal world.
So according to Talcoot, most PDPs, product detail pages, copy tested at grade 12 or above.
Wow.
The average U.S. adult reads at a 7th to 8th grade level, and plain language guidance recommends 8th grade to or below, 8th grade or below. Adults also read about 5 grades below the last grade they completed. So I fight this all the time. Because these brands, God bless their pea-picking hearts, I love them, but they're so inside their bubble. They're so proud of the technical makeup and the ingredients and all of these things. No one cares because no one knows what you're talking about. I don't care that the midsole is made out of this, that, and the other technical RX 22 grade. Right. I don't care.
Yeah. It's like when you go to an Italian restaurant, they tell you they have double flour pizza, and you're like, I don't know what double flour pizza is, which is what is it? Double zero flour. That's what I should say, not double.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. Neither do I. And every Italian restaurant I go to, and they're telling me about it, I'm like, I don't really understand what that is. So.
Well, big thanks to Talcoot. I think we both just learned something right here.
You learn something new every day, Scott.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, learned about some bugs.
We appreciate Talcoot, and you can go to talcoot.com to learn more. But Callum, what a pleasure. Thanks for sticking it out with me. Thanks for inquiring. Thanks for reaching out.
No, it was great to connect.
I know more about SPUR. I know about you. I know about bugs. I think this is a pretty cool thing you got yourselves into.
I appreciate the always offering show. I've been seeing people coming out here all day. It's clearly some good energy.
We have a good vibe over here.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
We try.
Trying to be contagious, good energy.
And you know why? You know why, Colin? Because people matter. That's what we say here at the Always Off brand. We'll have more eTail Boston episodes for everybody to enjoy later. But for now, say goodbye to Callum and his outfit and a bug
bye.
It's good.
There we go.
It's very good. I'm going to keep that in.
Okay, let's keep it in.
Hey there, this is Haley from Quickfire, and they want me to read this so you know what this podcast is part of and how to find out more if you want. Always Off Brand is a production of Quickfire LLC and a part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network. For more information, go to quickfirenow.com. Have a good one, and thanks for listening.